Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. Hopefully I can be heard. Yes, I can. I think I'm coming in through. Welcome to the Vash Sky ParkCast. My name is Vash Sky, and with me today is Vixen Sky. Usually I'd be in the seat for Vash and Vixen, but I just had to go live today because, Vixen, it is an amazing day. Do you know what day that is?
It is. It's the birth of Fast and Furious, right? At Universal Studios.
Absolutely.
The first ride.
Oh my goodness gracious. It is absolutely phenomenal. It's absolutely outrageous. I cannot wait to talk about this because boy, oh boy, this has been a really great conversation in the theme park community right now because people are so excited about this ride. But we heard technical difficulties may have put this ride back, and unfortunately it wasn't going to be open maybe even this year and so forth. And so that got us all thinking, is there going to be a prolonged testing period? If in fact you have things coming off of this coaster, how long is it going to set us back? Well, apparently they feel confident enough to have it soft open today. Vixen, this is absolutely amazing.
It's fantastic. And we have friends that have even ridden on it, right?
Absolutely. We're going to actually be on the phone with a friend in just a second right here. I cannot wait for this, but you can see right here, Fast and Furious Hollywood Drift, soft open, July 27th, 2026. Oh my goodness gracious. Fast and Furious Hollywood Drift has begun soft openings at Universal Studios Hollywood today, July 27th. Some guests are getting an early chance to ride the park's first high-speed outdoor roller coaster ahead of an official public debut. Universal has not announced an opening date for the attraction itself. The coaster is themed to Fast and Furious film franchise, and it's been testing for months, as we have talked about before in various updates and various blog posts here. Now, I was informed pretty recently that Theme Park Wizard, I guess they were discussing this in some backroom channels right there. Apparently, the Toluca Lake residents, which had probably the most issue with this specific coaster right there, apparently they have been letting it well known that the screams coming off of this coaster were very disturbing to them. And everybody kind of thought, okay, is this part of the whole thing? It doesn't look like that has played a factor, at least not yet. They're still doing town tests, from what I understand, and everything like that. But the Toluca Lake residents were informed that soft opening would occur within these next 2 weeks starting today. And so that's why you had everybody kind of crowding around that area to kind of see whether or not they could get in on the action here as it relates to Fast and Furious Hollywood Drift. We do have a video coming out of this whole experience right here.
Lots of screams from what I can see and hear.
Lots of screams, lots of people having, from what I understand, a great time on this. And, Vixen, it was interesting because we were watching today very closely.
Yes.
And Wizard was telling me before, he's like, I don't know if it's going to necessarily happen today because one of the cars did come in sideways there. So it appears that they might still have some fine-tuning, some fine-tweaking there. And maybe perhaps as part of that process, they want a fully loaded set of cars in order to see whether or not they can make those adjustments with full weight on those cars. Maybe perhaps that's part of the testing procedure right there. Whatever the case may be, we do have not only riders on it, but now it has soft opening with people there in the park. This is great news.
Great news. Awesome news. And our friend Ivan, he's getting ready to ride for the second time.
For the second time.
When I communicated with him,
absolutely. And to between his rides, I was lucky enough to be on the phone with him and get his initial reactions of this right here for you guys. That's why I went live. I know we don't traditionally do this, but I really wanted to go ahead and bring you all the news that I possibly can about this experience right here. And let's go ahead and see if I can actually play that phone call that I just had with Ivan, not even just an hour ago, and see what he had to say about this incredible experience that is Fast and Furious Hollywood Drift. Here we go on the phone now with Ivan. Let me just see right here. Yes, I do believe this is working. Here we go. This with Ivan here. Oh my goodness gracious, you just got off of the soft open Fast and Furious coaster. This is fantastic. It's absolutely amazing. I know we were talking, leading up to this, and you were super excited, and your description of everything was just absolutely fantastic, man. Thank you so much for calling in. This is amazing. Okay, so the build up, you were talking about that. So obviously, there's some rumors that this thing has been delayed, that this thing is, not going to be necessarily ready even this year. But the email went out, I guess, to Toluca Lake residents that they should be starting soft openings around this time. Apparently, it was true. You were waiting outside. Ivan, your experience, waiting around and finally getting in.
Yeah, so I actually, when I came to the park around noon, it was kind of quiet. And then I actually came for something else because I'm working on another video here at Waterworld. But then I started seeing rumblings online and like people gathering. I'm like, all right, I got to go check out what's going on in front of the Fast and Furious show building. And then I see a little gathering of people. And I'm like, okay, what's going on? And then sometimes I'm very like, I don't fall for things so easily. So I go on and ask the team members. I asked a couple of them like, "What's going on?" And it's like, "No, not really. We're just opening summer," and the team members they're doing a good job. They're not gonna give you hints or anything about what's happening. They all told me it's opening summer. Nothing's going on. Nothing's happening today. I'm just like chilling, like not far from there because I'm like, I'll stick around for a bit, and then everybody starts gathering in the front. And I'm like, okay, this is actually happening. And sooner or later, we're all going inside. We are all putting our stuff. They're taking single riders right now. They're taking express passes, which is good.
Really?
And yes, they're taking. And when I got to the front of the station with the cars already there was a single rider line just all packed. They're taking single riders. And I was a single rider, but I have my express, so let me use that and get in right away because hopefully I can get on more times. But they're using express single rider and everything. So the locker system is exactly what you expect as in Orlando. You put your stuff in your locker. You cannot take anything with you, anything at all. You just got to go on the ride with nothing. You put everything in your locker.
Is that kind of a midpoint in the queue?
Yeah, it's like right before the express. There's a dedicated area for the lockers, and then the regular line has their own dedicated area for lockers, and then you go into the what's called the machines, the scanners.
Gotcha.
They scan you and everything, and then you just walk up the stairs. You walk up a flight or two upstairs, and you're there. You're already there, that's actually pretty nice. The express is pretty efficient. It's not a long wait. So I was already there, and I was like, let me see. I transfer first for the first car for a front row. Let's do this the right way and experience this the right way. And so they do, and I'm in there with a single rider. A single rider is sat next to me, and I'm just like thinking like the whole build-up for this is like about to happen right now. Like it's been building up for this moment right here, and I got a great view in front of me with the view of like the mountains, the San Fernando Mountains and everything like that. And I'm like, let's see how this is, because I'm a big fan of the coasters in Universal Orlando, Velocicoaster, Hagrid's, with Stardust Racers, and I just like coasters. But the ones over there are like the top tier.
Absolutely.
I'm about to like experience this, and also really see what they got here. I'm gonna have fun, but I also want to see what they got. What do they have here? Intimate. What do they have here? And it launches you as soon as you go down to the hill into the bunny hops. You are going fast. You are going. It just feels. I don't know. There's the launch at the top is not as fast as I guess the bunny hops speed you up, and then you go into the first inversion, and it is unpredictable. Anybody who has not followed this, like just anybody that's just 100% like not spoiled about how these things work, it's gonna be unpredictable. They start twisting, the cars start drifting in that inversion. You start seeing the other cars, everybody's screaming, and it's a heck of a moment right there. That's the first element. Soon after that, you get onto you're launched backwards onto the what's called the far end inversion. That then you're going backwards, and then the cars drift, and you're not going forwards. As soon as it hits that 72-mile launch, well, right before it, I was like, here we go. This is the moment. This is where all the naysayers were like, it goes too slow.
Right.
This is where everybody was very they were like not sure they were going to pull it off. They were not sure this was going to compete with the Orlando coasters.
Right.
And it did, and in some ways more so because I don't know how they fit that that whole coaster on that hill, and to do that was crazy because you are launching, it does not let go. It launches you onto that inversion. You're upside down for a few seconds. You see everybody in the queue looking at you, and then suddenly, this is what a lot of people are not going to expect. It launches you again. There's another launch before the escalators, and when you go up the escalators drifting, everybody's like, they look like ants, and the cars are just facing down, and it's like the most intense feeling, like something you're going to want to do a bunch of times, and especially ride it again to feel the other cars.
All right, we are going to take a pause on the conversation with Ivan right here because we have another person who has decided to join us right here. It is Theme Park Wizard. Hello there, Wizard. Were you able to ride? Were you able to get on? Please let us know your experience.
Oh, well, can you hear me, first of all?
Yes, can hear you. You are coming in loud and clear right there. Let me go ahead and update the banner to reflect the Theme Park Wizard.
Okay, great. Yeah, I guess so. I was just there for just a little over an hour because time crunch. But I didn't get to ride, but nor did I want to ride. But it looks really, really cool. I must say, the line was all the way to Super Silly Funland, but it went by so fast. They're launching. I was with a good buddy Alan, Almighty Coaster, was in line with me, and we did the capacity math. It's about 1,920 people per hour they're going through right now. So the line's moving pretty quick. I heard the stamp on that's only an hour long, which isn't too bad. The express line is also open, which I was shocked by. I was able to use my express pass. We were able to use our express pass because it's a platinum pass, so I was shocked by that because with Mario Kart, the express was open for months, and single rider is open. The queue, it's actually kind of better than I thought. Hello?
Yeah.
Hello?
You were saying the queue is better than you thought?
Oh, yeah. The queue is better than I thought. There's actually a lot of not TV screens, but like, you know those screens that are like in Mario Kart? It's like that 3D effect type of thing.
Oh, yes.
Those things, like, yeah. They actually have something like that in the queue. Fast and Furious showing like Fast and Furious stuff, which is cool. And there's a lot of physical props, each with a QR code where you can scan it and see what picture car the movie was from, which movie the picture car was from, and stuff like that. And they have all these screens and teaching about stunt work and stuff like that. And even though it looked like when I was doing all my updates, it looked like a lot of the queue was outside. It technically is, but it's underneath the launch platform, a lot of it. So there's a lot of shade. So it's not as in the sun as I thought it would be, which is great for the people that are going to wait in there. Because it's hot today, but it wasn't too bad in the queue itself. There's only like people in the extended queue, it's like the hot part. But other than that, it's pretty shady, which is nice. And it was moving pretty quick. Because pretty high capacity. And for the operations itself, from what I noticed for at least a little hour and a half I was there, there was no like breakdowns, or not even like, there was a couple like delayed launches, operation-wise, but that was it. There was like maybe 5 more seconds late, but they were pretty on target launching the vehicles about every 30 seconds or so. Two trains at a time, pretty consistently with that. So it was pretty impressive because it was the first day, they have like thousands of people here. So I was very impressed by it.
Oh, that's fantastic. So if a train is launching every single 30 seconds and it's 16 people per load, that means that you're launching roughly, 32 people per minute? Is that right?
Yeah, just about, yeah.
And then let me just see here. If you're launching that, so it's 32 times 60. That is your 1,920. If in fact that's right, is that the math that you had?
Yes.
That is fantastic. I heard you say that number and I was like, really? And yes, that is super, super cool because that really puts it in the kind of higher tier of e-ticket throughput. So that's fantastic.
Yeah, and because I like what they were testing beforehand was having that extended outdoor queue. instead of right now, like I said, it's in super silly fun land, but they were testing it. Looks like the permanent setup will be in the plaza. That's what they're testing out before. So I'm curious how that's going to work and how much of it they'll actually need. It's going to be on a virtual line, but I know they'll be testing many things over the next couple weeks. But I think they're off to a pretty good start, I'd say, so far.
Oh, I would say so. I would say this is excellent. This is fantastic. Now, did you experience any breakdowns? Did you experience any delays or anything like that? And were you able to talk to anybody about their experience?
Yeah, no delays that I saw, at least from what I talked to. I mean, my friend Jacob, who actually was using Single Rider, he was able to ride it 4 times. So there's no delays that I know of so far, and no even. Like I said, besides, there's like 2 times where maybe probably someone was taking so long to get in their seat, so they didn't launch. It'd be 30 seconds, maybe it was 45 seconds that one time. But other than that, it was pretty consistent, and the coaster itself is performing pretty well. Actually, very well.
Very well, yeah.
And the spin, everything was spinning correctly. When I did leave, I did see a train coming diagonally, so that's probably not the only spinning issue I saw, but the other hundreds of trains I saw, or rounds there, are going perfectly, and every single train had a, everyone was like, most of the people were clapping and screaming, having a great time when it was over, and everyone had a smile on their face, and from everyone that came off the ride, they said they seemed pretty happy, and people were very happy to ride it, so that was good. I don't think I've heard a single bad review so far from anyone, my friends or non-friends, that have been on the thing so far.
Right, and I want to go ahead and remind everybody out there that we actually do have a full POV of this coaster. We'll be playing it at the end here of the program. You can thank Vixen for that. She was able to find it online. Apparently somebody did have a meta camera in which they were able to record it. So we'll go ahead and play that. But Wizard, that is fantastic. I know you you had some issues earlier where it was like, is this gonna go right? Because one of the vehicles actually came in sideways. You were telling me, and it was like, is I gonna put things behind again? It doesn't look like it affected anything, but now you had to race back to get there.
Yeah, I was like, oh no, because I heard it was just earlier today, like this morning, a train valley. So they're like, oh man, I don't know if it's gonna open today.
Oh no!
Man, and I was driving over there, and I got off work, and I was getting right towards the freeway, and as soon as they was about almost at the freeway, they said, oh, I think it's off for today. I'm like, okay, so I turned around, and then as soon as I got home, like, it's open. I'm like, oh yay! So I got back in the car, went back on the freeway, and I arrived. And thank the traffic gods, it was not a long drive. It was only 20 minutes. And I made it. And it was hot. And there was a lot of people. But it was worth it because I got some great footage.
Oh, that's fantastic. Solar Sailor. Sailor Slayer. My goodness gracious, coming in here. I'm so excited. I cannot tell you how excited the theme park world is right now, how excited the coaster community is right now. Everybody wants to get those credits on, I'm sure. This is absolutely fantastic. I'm so glad that the throughput is decent. Now, how many trains were on the track? Do you know?
4.
4, okay. So they got 4. Which is great. So 4 train ops, that's fantastic right there. It's probably leading you to that 30-second dispatch time. So it's very, very critical that as many trains are on this as possible right there. This is just fantastic, Wizard. I cannot believe they were able to get this thing going, get this thing on. We were so nervous about what we were hearing. I mean, all of it bad news, but apparently, Universal executives felt confident enough to have this open for a soft opening. Are we expecting that these soft openings will occur for the 2 weeks as described in that Toluca Lake email, or what are we thinking?
I believe so. I believe it'll open sometime in between the 1 p.m. and 9 p.m. time frame. Every single day for at least the next 2 weeks. And from that new updated timeline that I was told last week is that the opening date should be on August 19th if everything goes well.
Fantastic. August 19th. That would be
And
super cool.
with I think August 12th. Said August 12th through that weekend would be the AP preview. So if you have an 8th annual pass holder, make sure to look out for AP preview news, maybe August 12th.
Ooh, AP previews would be cool. I tell you what, man, if there are AP previews, I might have to bounce down there myself right there, because Wizard was actually kind enough to get me an AP earlier this year. I just haven't been able to get back
That's
there.
right. Shout out the gold pass.
Wizard was very kind in doing that. That was very, very cool. So I want to go ahead and shout out and thank you to him for that. If in fact that's going on, I might have to get down there and ride this thing and give everybody a full report back, because everybody's looking at this, and this is a coaster that might be in a few places around the world, right? We obviously understand that Orlando is having one constructed right now, but more than that, this might actually be the feature coaster experience included in Space Mountain Earthrise in Tokyo. So there's a lot riding on this. Obviously, we want this to be not only a very consistent experience, but a great one, a fantastic one, and it looks like it is. Now, I did hear, Wizard, that no onboard music, just onboard audio, just like revving sounds and so forth. Is that what you're hearing?
Yeah, it looks like, but so each car seems to have a different type of NOS or racing sound.
Oh, that's cool.
And then there's music kind of blasting all over the place, not on the cars, but like in the queue there is some music, and in the plaza they have this DJ, and so you can hear a lot of Fast and Furious music around, just not on the cars, but you can definitely, from the outside, from like the overlook area, you can hear them go as they go and do the little wave turn. So it's a very loud revving engines and nitro sound, especially when you go on that last 72-mile-per-hour launch of the stall. It's pretty, you can hear the loudness. So as I said in my video today, screw you, Toluca Lake.
Yeah, exactly. Wizard and I were on the phone breaking down, I believe, an LA Times article going over the Toluca Lake residents' noise complaints and issues and so forth, and we were not necessarily taken in, I guess, fully by the complaints.
And by the
expressed.
way, actually, on that article, this is my first time seeing people on it, because I wasn't here. I was in San Diego when there's team member previews, so I haven't seen it goes with people on it. I can hear them, but it wasn't even loud from the overlook by Minions Land. Okay, I wasn't even like, oh my god, this is so ear piercing. At times I can even barely hear them. Some trains, so people scream louder than others. But even on the loudest screens, it seemed like I could barely hear. Not barely, but like a normal conversation decibel level hearing. So. And these people were facing me, so it wasn't even that loud. So those people can, I don't know what they're talking about. And
yeah,
I have pretty good hearing.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, this is why, I was talking to Wizard, and it's like, well, maybe we should go down there and actually like see if we can hear what they're hearing, because obviously audio can be a little strange, right? It can kind of travel in places you don't quite expect and be louder perhaps in certain areas. So I don't want to completely discount their complaints, but it is one of those things where it's like, it seems to me that Universal,
I'm going to call you. I'm going to call you right back in. Elizabeth's calling me. I'm calling you right back.
No problem at all. I will be
Thank
here,
you,
Wizard. Don't even worry
Wizard.
about it. Thank you. We'll talk to you later.
Hello?
Yeah.
I was just saying that, sound can travel.
It can, especially at night.
Right. So
In different weather conditions. That's true.
That's such a great point right there. So I don't want to discount their claims entirely, but they didn't seem to be that consistent, at least from what I was reading. We'll read it a little bit into it more when we actually have the full repository of stories to bring you guys, because I think it is interesting. Right now is a celebratory time, so I won't bring down the show.
Yes, we're all
fully.
happy. We're so happy that our
Yes.
friends got to see it and ride it. That's awesome.
Absolutely. And speaking of our friends getting to ride it and getting to see it, let's go ahead and get more of Ivan's commentary. Somebody who has ridden it and had a tremendous experience on it. Let's go ahead and go back to Ivan's call right about now.
And
Yes.
so the final row after going in the escalators, and it's going so fast because I remember like trying to remember when I was over the escalators, I was just kind of like waving and just I was in the moment with everybody in that car, and it goes fast under the escalators. It goes super fast. That final row, is really good too. That final row is really good, and then you go back to the station, you're just like, what just happened?
Wow.
So
Uh-huh.
they nailed it. They nailed it. It's I never been on anything like this. I know there's similar like kind of like 360 degrees coasters out there,
Uh-huh.
but this is all controlled. This is all done in certain ways on purpose. In certain areas, some cars will drift different here, and then they won't drift in the other element, but they'll do something different and unique. And there's going to be so much rewritability on this attraction.
I think so. I think this is going to be absolutely fantastic. Every single seat's going to offer something different because you're right. You know, at first you're in the front, and you're kind of in the back with how the orientation is. Before we get back to our good friend Ivan right here, looks like a wizard has reported back in. So let's go ahead and pull him into
Okay.
the conversation right here. I know we're bouncing around, folks. I'm sorry. What am I going to do? You know, everything's breaking off.
It's
Everything's popping
breaking
off.
news.
Wizard, are you there?
Breaking! I'm here. That was my lovely wife making sure I could go pick up our dinner. P.F.
Ah.
Chang's. I love P.F. Chang's.
Well, love the Asian food right now because guess what? Everything's grilled, and you don't have to worry about any issues on the back end right there. But
Exactly.
that's a whole nother story for a whole nother time.
That's for the members only stream.
yeah, exactly. Oh, that's so funny. Erica and Raph gasped. The headlights, the brake lights. Yes, indeed. Did you see any of that lighting there, Wizard, when you were actually seeing it? I know it's very bright.
Oh, yeah, all the lights were working. You can easily see them in the daytime, which is quite nice. And then at night, it'll look cool too because it'll be bright, and then the brake runs or the brake runs and the launches have nice bright white lights, so coast will be a little bit lit up at night. So it'll look absolutely beautiful.
That is
And
fantastic.
I found out some more information today
Uh-huh.
on what was causing the wear and tear. It turns out that the rotating mechanism of the vehicle was contributing to more force on one side, I guess, which caused more wear and tear on some of the tracks. So they reprogrammed them a little bit to not do that. So
That's
that's, I guess, how
interesting.
they fixed it.
Okay, well, I really do hope they did because, wow, I hadn't anticipated that, but I guess that would be right? You do have some centrifugal force, some lateral G forces actually hitting the tracks in a way that wouldn't be actually modeled out. That's very interesting. Okay, all right, that makes sense. Hopefully, we can cut down on that wear and tear and keep this ride operational for longer, huh?
Yes, because I hope you guys seen the videos that are being posted. So many happy people. That's another thing. My goodness, the kinetic energy going down the starway when the coaster comes right over you, like multiple times, and everyone's screaming and everyone's looking up. It's like, wow. It's like you're in it. It's immersive. Oh boy, look at that word, immersive.
Immersive, yes, it is. Immersive in the San Fernando Valley kind of area right there. But moreover, in the Fast and Furious world with other people and so forth, I think it's great. Now, I'm looking at this footage that Laughing Place has uploaded of the queue experience and so forth. I'm looking at this, and it's really cool, Wizard. They have, like, glass fencing along the edge of the coaster.
Yes.
Do you see that, Vixen?
Yes.
And it's
Yeah. So in
Yes.
that you have the glass right in there's the center queue building, and then there's the glass on both sides. So when you're on the ride, you're passing by the queue, and then when you're in the queue, the coaster's passing right by you. I was hoping they'd extend that glass out into the extended queue and get rid of the prison gates, but unfortunately they didn't. But that's okay. I'm glad they got rid of it because where the glass was used to be prison type gates before, but they took those out and replaced them with glass, and now it looks so much better. And now you get a view of the coaster as it's coming by you, and then you get to off you on the coaster. You get to look at the people in the queue. It's kinetic, amazing, immersive, incredible, big win.
Yeah, big
Yeah.
win because, obviously, Vixen, you have to clean those, you have to maintain those. Glass is not necessarily the same as metal or prison gates or whatever.
That's true.
There's another level of maintenance there. I'm really glad that they actually took it upon themselves to say, hey, we're going to give you the full experience, full queue experience right here. We're going to have cars whizzing by you. I think it's phenomenal.
I think so too. They're trying to give you the best experience that you can have, and they've done it. It's wonderful.
Absolutely. Sean Farmerly.
Yeah, and on the interior, on the other side of those, on the interior wooden parts of the queue, there's like these wooden walls, and they have all these cool little murals that like throughout the whole queue. So it's not just a boring wood thing; it's a really colorful art style there. So it livens it up a little bit.
That's nice.
I
Very
do
unique.
agree. I like look, if you're going to have artwork like that, especially street art and everything else, probably most appropriate with Fast and Furious, most appropriate with this kind of Hollywood LA area. I think it's really, really cool. That's fantastic right there. Good call on that. Sean formerly Armors. I cannot speak today. Come on, guys.
X, formerly Twitter.
Exactly. Sean coming in here. Oh. It doesn't matter. Vash used to live in California, so correct valley identification doesn't count. Hey, you know what? I visit California occasionally.
He does.
I'm trying to get the vernacular right there. I do apologize if I get it wrong, or if I get your name wrong. Kit Kat, though, coming in here. Good evening, everyone. Great to have you on here.
Oh, hi,
do we have a
Kit Kat.
POV uploaded yet? Yes, we do, Joshua. I just want to go ahead and say this. Joshua Stewart,
Yes.
we're going to play a POV at the conclusion of this show right here, just for you. We'll go over it and all
And
of
it's
that.
awesome.
I cannot wait to get into that. I just want to go ahead and save it just for a little bit right here while we have our friends on the call. Man, this is so cool. This is absolutely so exciting. All right, Wizard, is there any last words that you want to go ahead and provide us before heading off and going on to dinner and all those things?
Well, I just want to say, super cool. The coaster opened before Mega Movie Summer ended because Mega Movie Summer is all about the coaster, and it almost just missed it. So at least you can enjoy all the Fast and Furious restaurants and the dance parties and the DJs they have, and now along with the coaster, at least during a soft opening period. So woohoo!
Yeah.
And it's good that this will be another ride. So Universal will go from 11 to 12 rides. Look at that. We're catching up to Universal Studios Florida Park.
Yeah, exactly, right? That's good. Oh, I one more thing before I let you go, Wizard. I just thought of it. Can we expect this for HHN? And do we want to tell people about what it might be coming to HHN?
Yes, okay, yeah. So if the coaster continues with awesome, no problem, then it will open for HHN, and it'll be on all your express tickets. And it says limited access, but before it said open from 7:30 to 11:30 p.m. So you'll probably be able to ride it till around midnight each night on Halloween Horror Nights with an express ticket only.
Oh,
And a Halloween Horror Nights express ticket only.
okay. Well, that's good to know right there. Oops, sorry about that. You heard the guitar there, though. You probably, can probably guess what we're going to be talking about a little bit here. Just while Wizard is on, really fast, what might be coming to Halloween Horror Nights this year? It looks like it is Ozzy Osbourne.
That's right. Ozzy Osbourne should be charming your TV screens and Halloween Horror Nights screens.
Yes.
With an announcement hopefully this week.
I hope.
And it's supposed could be Ozzy Osbourne Memoirs of a Madman. Dun, 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 dun.
Yes.
Ooh.
Memoirs of a Madman stuff. It looks like it is on the way. This was a video on TikTok that we saw, provided by, I do believe, Ronster the Monster, I do believe is what TikTok name it actually went. And they were actually able to see that some Ozzy Osbourne Halloween Horror Nights related merch made it a little bit early. And that's kicked off a new storm of different things here. So very, very cool. We'll talk about this more on upcoming coverage on this show. Wizard, I want to go ahead and thank you for coming on in. And,
Thank you, Wizard.
Have a fun night tonight.
Yeah, say hi to your gorgeous
Thanks,
wife.
and you have a blast stream. We'll see you in California in 2 shakes of a lamb's tail.
You got it.
Yes, sir. Thank you so much, Wizard. Very much appreciate you. You have yourself a good night. That'll be fantastic. Man. Vixen, this is super exciting.
It's very exciting. It's wonderful.
And I know Ivan was very excited about it as well. He was saying that, hey, this is something that Hollywood needs. And I do agree with him. And to agree with him a little bit more, let's go ahead and play the rest of his call for our viewers. So you were in the Charger. You were in the first car right there, at least for one of your rides. I want to ask you, did it swivel around successfully? Because I know they were having kind of issues with that.
Yeah, I've been studying this coaster with all my footage really closely.
Yeah.
And some people are like, well, why don't they drift here and there? Well, I think they do that on purpose. And I think the programmers have full control. There's really no faults in essence. I think if there's going to be a fault, I think they're just not going to drift. That's my theory. But what happens is that my Charger was drifting when it was going into the first inversion, and then I saw the people behind me in that first element, and that was cool. And then it straight, and then the level it straightened itself, and then on the block section it went straight. Then I saw the track. The track was sideways, and I'm like, here we go, we're about to like face down sideways, and that was crazy.
Wow.
And then suddenly we all the cars turned backwards, and it launched. The launch backwards was not 72 miles per hour, but I'm thinking that was like a 60, maybe 60 miles per hour, because we went fast. And since I'm already the back car, and then because we're launching backwards, I can see all the cars in front of me. That was a great, that's just a great view right there. We're going up, and then all the cars drift again, and then I become the first car again. Everybody goes back to position. And we do the 72 mile per hour. When we go to the inversion, we're all spinning everywhere. It's not disorienting as long as you don't have like all this food in your stomach, as long as you don't have any kind of like health issues or anything like. It's really smooth. It's all very smooth. And then all the cars straighten and go into the final launch for the escalators, and we're all just kind of like facing down. And that's probably the magic moment in that attraction, the being on the escalators.
Yeah.
Escalator over.
Right, the Starway, where you're kind of going over it. I mean, that just looks fantastic. There's so much roll of that. Obviously, you've taken some amazing video in the past on there. By the way, I want to let everybody know, Ivan, his YouTube channel and his X account are in the description of this video. So if you ever want to, see his work, which you should, by the way, Valientes _ is going to be where it is at. Ivan, this is absolutely phenomenal. Now, you're trying to get on more re-rides?
Yeah, I actually have so much equipment in my backpack. I'm trying to get a locker here so I can go back, because those lockers over there, surprisingly, all my stuff fit in those lockers, so they're pretty spacious. So as long as you're not like carrying like a freaking hiking backpack, you should be fine.
Okay.
So you could, but I have so much equipment that I'm gonna try to be a little bit more loose right now and get back. I did ask team members, are they doing the rehearsals? Okay, so I asked team members first, are you guys doing tech rehearsals all week? And they said to me, we're not allowed to say.
Okay.
And then I asked a different team member, are you doing rehearsals today all day? And say, we don't know. There could be like a breakdown.
Sure.
Or suddenly we can get information to stop already. So I'm just gonna keep trying. I'm just gonna hang out here all day. I'm gonna hang out here all day and see because writing this at night will probably be even better.
Of course.
So, or in that golden hour, that we get some good sunsets here in LA. So I'll be reporting back. What I want to do next is get on the other cars if possible. I'll probably, if I can get on right now again, I'm probably gonna request the last car because that's always the most intense in any coaster.
Right. Yeah, oh, yeah. I would expect that this would be extremely intense as well. I think that's the what is it? What car is it? It's the it's a Toyota Supra, the Supra, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. That would be fantastic. Now, those lockers, I wanted to go ahead and ask you really fast. The orientation of those, because usually, Florida has like the horizontal lockers, whereas Hollywood has historically had kind of like the chunkier lockers. What kind of lockers can we expect for riders looking to ride this?
What type of lockers do they have?
Yeah. What kind of locker? Like, how Florida has like the wide lockers. They're not very tall. Versus Hollywood has always had kind of like larger lockers where you can store maybe more things.
Oh yeah, no, they're not the wide ones.
Not the wide ones. Okay.
So they're actually pretty spacious. They have a lot of space in terms of like the width inside them, because then when you get off, you come back to the other side of the locker, the other side of the wall, and that's where you get your stuff back. I was able to fit a 14-inch tripod that I'm carrying for a project here in the locker. So there's space in here. I'm not even using the tripod, but I have it as a backup. But yeah, there's a lot of space in there. I was surprised. It barely fit, but it fits. So if you're bringing in if you're a family that's bringing in like quite a bit of stuff, chargers, cameras, and like food possibly, you're gonna be able to fit stuff. You don't have to worry about it. As long as you're not bringing like I said, like some really huge hiking backpack or a big old duffel bag or anything like that.
Oh, fantastic! That is good to know, because I was a little concerned by that. I know people have drinks and so forth, and that's what.
Oh yeah, just make sure to pour your drinks, because I did have a freestyle cup with my drink, and I finished that. I've been there.
Yeah, right. Two more questions real fast. One, airtime. How do you rate it? And two, what about the restraints? Is it as good as Velocicoaster? How's the music? All of that.
The airtime, I think there's so much airtime on this ride that you kind of you're flying. There are times when you do forget about it, but you're flying, especially the inversions. That inversion after the 72-mile launch, you are like hanging on there.
Oh man.
The restraints are really secure. I'm familiar with the restraints, similar restraints like Velocicoaster and Stardust Racers.
Right.
They're safe. There's not much to worry there. If there's not much to say there other than they're really reliable. The Intamin has really been reliable with those restraints, and they're perfect. They're perfect for this ride because it makes you feel like you're really like flying or like lifted, like just off your seat for a good few seconds sometimes on the coaster.
Oh, that's so cool. I love the Velocicoaster restraints. I was super excited to get these as part of this coaster right here. The music good?
There is no music on the ride itself. I think there's some music after, but there's just like muscle car sounds throughout the ride. So as you're drifting and launching, the engines are revving and everything accelerating. So I do like that. Okay. I think if they add music, it might be for special events or something like that, or maybe they turn it on at night. That's what I have to see. But I actually also didn't hear too much music in the station, inside the station.
Really?
So they're probably still tinkering with things.
Okay.
I did hear the screens in the queue. They're doing their own thing. They're doing the safety videos, which look pretty cool, honestly. But other than that, I didn't hear too much like iconic Fast and Furious songs or music in there too much. I'm gonna go in my second time and then give a detailed review of the music if there's anything.
Yeah. I'd love to hear your opinion on that, because I thought they were gonna have music there, but c'est la vie, you know. They went with engine noises, which is fine. Best coaster of Universal's slate here domestically, maybe, possibly.
That's a hard question right there because
I had to put you on the spot.
sometimes what I can say for Orlando is that a lot of people will probably disagree, but I still put Velocicoaster above Stardust.
Oh,
I still put Velocicoaster.
okay.
But Stardust is its own game. It's like a dual coaster, and it has things that are better than Velocicoaster. But Velocicoaster, like just on its own, if you were just riding Stardust Racers with one train and that's it, Velocicoaster wins.
Right. Okay.
I think this one's on par with the Velocicoaster. I don't know. I think it is.
Really. Oh, that's.
But
so
I have
great,
to.
man.
I have to get on it more times.
Yeah.
I have to get on it more times, and I have to feel that launch again because that second launch on Velocicoaster is pretty memorable. That one's just 70, but sometimes it feels faster. So I have to feel this launch again.
Okay.
But it did feel like at that moment I was like, this is Velocicoaster. It did feel like this is not happening. This is fast.
Ivan, thank you so much, man. I know you're there. I know you got some craziness. You got all kinds of hectic stuff going on. So thank you so much, man. Really do appreciate it.
Yeah.
Awesome stuff. Thank you.
Of course.
All right. That's just
Thank you
about
to
it.
Ivan. That was great. And you can follow him on Instagram and X and TikTok and YouTube.
Yes, at Valientes _ the links to his YouTube and his X account is going to be in the description of this video and every single video thereafter, because Ivan is so good. I want to have him on the show more regularly. It's just the problem is that his schedule and hours kind of conflict. So I want to incorporate him as much as I can, any way I can. But yes, you can follow Ivan's amazing work at Valientes at the various platforms, including Instagram, I think TikTok as well.
TikTok, yes.
So he is just everywhere right there.
He takes
Super
beautiful
cool.
videos. Beautiful.
Oh, absolutely.
Has a wonderful eye. It's very
of the
artistic.
Some of the best. I've been including Ivan's work in basically every single B-roll package I've ever done on this coaster because it's just so good. Just absolutely phenomenal. Amazing color correction, great eye for this stuff too. He's done some really great stuff in Golden Hour, sunsets, all kinds of stuff. So definitely check him out. Worth it. Sean, artist formerly known as John, coming in here with who was the firm who designed this new coaster? It would be Intamin would be the firm there. I've heard from Universal Creatives that this one was particularly challenging because there's not any space at all on that hillside right there. Yeah, they just had to maximize every single bit of it to get the maximum experience out here. But it looks like they accomplished a tremendous task, which is awesome. I know there were a lot of complications with this, and the fact that people have gone on it is very inspiring for sure. So Intamin, it looks like now, because it's Intamin, you can expect problems. It's just kind of the way it is. But that's the cost of ambition and, raising that bar right there. Real Ventures coming in with I do too, Velocicoaster is better than Stardust. I've heard a lot of people say that. To have a coaster, maybe that's on par with that, is absolutely phenomenal. That's exactly the kind of the wording that I wanted to hear from Ivan. Having gone on these coasters in Florida, it's like, okay, like I'm a big fan of Velocicoaster. I obviously rate that as almost number one, if not number one there. I haven't myself been on Stardust, but the fact that he was comparing the two, Vixen, we should be in good shape.
I think so. And I know he was getting ready to ride the second time. So hopefully he got a third and a fourth.
Yeah, hopefully. I hope so.
Hope so.
I'm really I'm really pulling for him to get as many rides on this thing as possible because, man, he absolutely deserves it. That's why I didn't want to take up too much of his time because I wanted him to have the opportunity to get as many rides in as possible during the soft opening period because once the news gets out, boy, this line's going to be down the block here. As you can actually see on the B-roll right now, it was going down pretty big. Joshua Stewart is essentially using the same idea of a ride system at Guardians Epcot with how they control the spin. Yes, it features very similar technology. This is a controlled spinning coaster, powered spin right there, and so every single car is oriented in a certain way along the ride track, and it's also powered and everything like that to accomplish that spinning element, which is very, very good. The thing that is very different about this coaster is one, it's out in the elements, whereas the Vekoma coaster is indoors. But two, the other thing is this features inversions. You'll note that the Vekoma coaster, that being Guardians of the Galaxy Cosmic Rewind, that is, it features elements like bank track and everything like that, but it doesn't actually feature those very modern thrill elements like inversions, like zero-G stalls and all of that. Those elements are included, or at least some of them are included in this coaster right here, which makes it very unique in the coaster lineup. So there you go.
That's right. And we're going to take our viewers on a ride, right?
We are going to take our viewers on a ride.
So get ready.
We have got to ride this thing. I am so excited about this. Let me just make sure that we got everything. Oh, yeah, with the locker thing. Yes, Real Ventures, I do believe this follows the Epic Universe locker configuration. Some people were asking about whether or not they're two-sided. I believe they are. I think that's the industry standard going forward. I think that was included in the blueprints for this coaster when we were studying those, 3 years ago, I think now. I think they're double-sided, but I'll go ahead and verify that. It does look like it's the bigger locker configuration. I asked this specifically because, hey, a lot of people bring a lot of, personal possessions with them on this. It can be a real pain with those very narrow Floridian lockers right there. It looks like they opted for the bigger ones. So that is great.
That's
all right.
great.
Let's go ahead. Without any further ado, we've got
Are
to
you
go
ready?
on this coaster.
Are you
right
nervous?
Here. I'm a little nervous. Nervous right
let's
here.
Let's get on board this coaster. I think we can do it.
I think we can do it. I think it's great right there. Again, this comes in via Villain Online.
Yes,
I do believe.
Villain.
Was this Instagram, TikTok?
I believe this was TikTok.
Okay. TikTok it is. Tickety-tock it is. Okay, let's go ahead and add to the stage right here. I do believe we have audio on this. So let's go ahead and control that. Here we go.
First row, we don't go. Let's go.
Let's go.
Let's get
Getting
in
right here. Okay, well, looks like it's interesting because one of the safety the restraints right there, a little half cocked right there. That's okay. We'll get in.
Yeah, that's fine.
All right, we're in the
Get
charger.
yourself
We're
settled
the
in now.
Now, a couple things to note here. The air scoop, it looks like it is on. That's good because the air scoop, hadn't been on for a while. So here we go. Let's go.
Let's go.
All right. So we're looking around. Oh, man, look at that view right there. That is absolutely
That is awesome, isn't it?
Yes.
Oh, here we go. Hang on.
Whoa. Holy smokes. They got you off going real quick, huh? Oh, man. That is going to be an awesome feeling right there. All right. And launch.
Get ready. Here we go.
Holy smokes. Whoa. That's aggressive.
Yeah.
Oh, man. This launch right here is what Ivan was talking about. Very intense.
Yeah. It's over 70 miles an hour, right?
Yes. Right here.
Oh.
Oh my
Whoa, look how high you are.
That's wild looking. Oh, this is cool. Oh, that's awesome.
Wow.
That is fantastic right there. So, what was the timestamp on this? So, He launched off at, I believe, let's see, 20 seconds into the video, and he came back into the station, looks like at 1:55. So that's about a minute 30 of total ride time right there. Probably 60 seconds, really, of element ride time. That's a pretty good ride. And as I was saying before, this is a very intense journey. I think 60 seconds is going to be appropriate. What about you?
Yes, I don't think you'd want any longer. There could be problems.
Let's go again here. And
are we taking a second ride already?
well, I think we should take a second ride, right? We've hyped
I
up
think
so much.
Since we're already in, let's
Absolutely.
take a second ride.
Right? We might as well, since we're already in the coaster right here.
Since
Let's go
we're
ahead
on a
and go on
VIP
second
tour
ride.
here, so
Yeah,
we can take a second ride.
We can take a second ride. I just love this right here. The view on this is just extraordinary. So good. And so you kind of take off. I don't want to say uneventfully, but just like you just kind of like are pushed off, and then you go through the circuit, which is a very unique element for this coaster, I think. That first turn right there, that looks amazing.
Look at all the cars twisting and turning. That's awesome, isn't it?
Oh, it's so good. And apparently each one of them have their own profiles too. So that's super cool. Oh, that turn right there. If we can go back and see that. That's super aggressive right there. I just love that. I went back a little bit too far. That's okay though. We'll go ahead and ride that section again. That one right there.
Yeah.
It's going to feel phenomenal. If you've ever been on Cosmic Rewind, you know that section near the moon right there. And this is absolutely outrageous. Wow. Little overbank turn section right there. Oh, incredible. And then this, Ivan was really hyping this last launch. Like Vixen said, I think that's the 72 mile an hour one. Very, very aggressive as well. And then here we have that zone right over the Starway. Super high. Wow. Wow. Vixen, what do you think?
I think it's awesome that even if you're on the ground and you're not riding the ride, you still get some of that energy and vibe, like Wizard said, that it just is invigorating and wonderful. It's just it's a beautiful ride. It's wonderful to look at, and also just experience.
Yeah. Yep. To experience this, I think it's really, really cool. We're probably gonna get more POV footage from some people, maybe perhaps Universal themselves. That will be really, really cool. Obviously, it's going to be difficult to try to get cameras on this because they're probably going to be very, very strict about this. But we were able to.
This was the first one that I saw, so I thought, I have to get that over to you.
Yeah, absolutely. And I'm glad you did right there. Again, Villain Online. Definitely check them out on Instagram and TikTok right there. That way you can go ahead and write it yourself right there. With Villain Online's amazing footage, but it felt super good. Erica Raff, I think I felt my couch leave from under me for a second. Yes, indeed. Sean R's, fully known as John, over and under. It was very cool. It looks like fun. No big loops, which I can't stand personally. And then Erica coming in here. OMG, that last quote, floating inversion got me, and I wasn't even on it. So, Vixen, a lot of people having a lot of fun with this, which is fantastic. No filming allowed. Yes, many dogs, you are correct about that, but you know how it is. People got metal glasses. They've got some other stuff, right?
I think some glasses, yeah.
So these things happen right there. Yeah, it's possible. It's possible that it happens. But I think people are going to take the initiative and record this. And usually Universal's not too overbearing with that. So hopefully we'll be good right there. Why didn't they actually open it fully? I think they're still going through a little bit of testing, a little bit of negotiation with those cars. They want it to be really consistent. I think Almighty Coasters actually had a really good breakdown of why Universal might be looking for consistency when it comes to this specific experience right here. I think they're looking for they don't want people in adjacent cars to be getting the full experience, and then your own car, or maybe vice versa, it doesn't actually move. I think they really want this to be a very consistent ride experience, and people are obviously going to be waiting for this for hours and hours and hours. They really want this to be in tip-top shape. Erica and Raph coming in here now. I want to know, what are the specific plans for Kumba at Busch Gardens, Tampa Bay? Vixen, have we been hearing anything about this? Because I know they announced this permanent closure.
Right, Alicia Stella, she wrote it the other day, and she was talking about that they're thinking of bringing in like another ride that is somewhat like that. I didn't quite understand, but I do know she wrote it, and you can go onto her socials and see it. Her riding the ride, yeah.
Well, the thing about this is, and obviously that was a B&M classic right there.
Yes.
Opening in 1993, one of the very first that they ever had done. These things have a lifespan, and we've even seen with very highly attended theme parks like Islands of Adventure, Hulk has had 2 tracks, right? Those were still B&M, but obviously, you do have a lifespan with some of this stuff, and it might be something that B&M was using early parts, and now they've changed to different standards, and it's like, well, we can't necessarily keep this up, so what do you do? Very sad to see an experience like that go, because Kumba was so infamous within the coaster community. So,
but I did hear that it was getting a little rough and difficult to ride.
Right. So you have two questions, right? You have, okay, do we keep this? How much it costs? If we do, and do we just remove it and replace the ride experience? And how much does that cost? And what are the benefits and costs associated with that? So obviously, each proprietor is going to weigh those things differently, and that's the decision that they actually made. Sean, artist formerly known as John, soft opening is normal, and they actually may add the music back. Vash, maybe? Yeah, I would hope that they do have music at some point. I know Ivan was suggesting that maybe they do special events with music on there, and I think that would be pretty cool too.
Oh, that would be cool, wouldn't it?
Yeah, I think that would be awesome. So they have the ability for onboard audio. We'll see how far they take it, but there you go. Joshua Stewart here, the blue and white Ford in the queue is my favorite car from the Fast and Furious franchise. I love that little Ford. That's cool that they actually included that in there.
Yeah, your favorite car.
Yeah, Joshua Stewart. Awesome stuff right there. Look at the Matterhorn track. Doesn't last forever. Yeah, exactly. We're worried about that Matterhorn. We are. Hopefully.
It's a little rough too, right? To ride.
It's extremely rough.
Yeah.
But that is, we were talking about the Space Mountain stuff and how Space Mountain, at Magic Kingdom was probably going to get reimagined. Maybe an announcement coming at D23, the Ultimate Fan event, about this. But that one's pretty straightforward, right? It's basically a big cone. And within that cone is the coaster. Matterhorn, not so simple. That's a very complex operation. And I wouldn't be surprised if we hear something within the next 10 years describing the fate of Matterhorn and a future that nobody is excited for. So it's possible.
Wow.
Robinson Real Studios coming in here. Was not expecting this to happen, but it was a pleasant surprise. Yes, it was.
Yes,
it was so cool.
We were real excited to see it.
It was fantastic. King Noob, do you think the ride would be testing till the park closes? Probably not. Usually these soft testing periods are only for a few hours. But Wizard did provide us a timeline. He was suggesting maybe from 1 p.m. California time to 9 p.m. California time is probably where these testing areas are going to lie. We'll just see what actually happens. I've been checking X often and occasionally. I haven't heard of the testing actually having concluded. So hopefully they keep that on for as many guests as possible. But again, these soft opening periods, there's nothing that mandates that they keep these experiences open. You just, hope to have them open for as long as possible. But Oh, it looks like the test may have concluded for the day. Let me just see if I can get more information on that, because Park Journey did have a picture out there with
And it
the
looked,
team
yeah.
members.
Yeah, it looks like it would be a wonderful ride at night too. And you'd be able to see all the valley right below.
Yeah, yeah. Oh,
Yeah,
my
gorgeous.
goodness. The night rides on this thing are going to be absolutely insane. Okay, well, never mind. False alarm. It looks like they still might be up. So you do have a chance right there. The lines are going crazy long, by the way. They're going back to Super Silly Funland. It's wild. Just know, there's a chance that they cut this off at any time, or a delay actually happens and you actually might not ride. If you're in the LA area, I'd say, hey, give it a shot. If you're coming in from farther away, you might want to, get there as early as possible, kind of thing. But if you can't ride, just know that's a possibility during the soft opening period. All right, let's see right here.
Oh, and they do
Vash.
have misters up, which is good.
Misters. Love the misters, because boy, it's hot out there.
It's hot.
And it sucks that they didn't actually at least cover all of it, especially right now, because it's so hot right
Yeah,
there
that's
in
a little
Southern
kind of
California.
skimpy, aren't they? The
Little
coverings.
skimpy. Yeah, I not like to see that, and especially you're on the side of the mountain right there.
Yeah,
It gets hot quick.
it gets hot.
Vash knows, says Sean Arch, formerly known as John, talking about Matterhorn. Look, I'd like to see the Matterhorn stay, but don't be surprised if something happens there, because it is very maintenance intensive, and we are going to be covering a story on Wednesday, probably, talking about how Disney actually evaluates whether or not things are going to stay or be reconceptualized, and what they are actually using as the metric to determine that. It might not be what you like, and that might also be why Matterhorn might not be with us very much longer. So, I hope I don't have to do a special Vash and Vixen on here talking all about the Matterhorn, but we might have to, right?
Yeah,
We
it
might.
is so beloved. It's been there forever, right?
Oh, so beloved. Yeah.
And yeah,
Been there forever for sure. Just a story. They need to make one of the trains to have the design of the R34 from Fast and Furious 2. Yeah, there's a lot of great cars right there. I do agree with you though. The Skyline, that I believe is what you're referring to right there, the GTR. I think it was Paul Walker's car, if I'm not mistaken, his personal car. But that Skyline right there, obviously, the right-hand drive car that you see at the beginning of that film with the kind of the silver exterior with the blue, not badges, but the blue kind of, I don't know, like lines on it. Let me see if I can actually get this one right here up for you guys to let you know what I'm talking about.
is it like the pinstriping?
Yeah, you can see
Okay.
right here what this looks like. That is actually my favorite car. I agree with Joshua. My favorite car ever in the Fast and Furious franchise. I love that car. I think it's so cool. It's I think it's awesome. The GTRs are they're like classics, but the actual Japanese models from this vintage are I think they have like strict import bans on these, or strict import regulations on this kind of stuff, and so it's very, very rare to get a car like this. It's extremely difficult, and even to own it can be a bit of a chore, but it's awesome. It's an awesome car, and I hope that they that one version of this Fast and Furious Hollywood Drift coaster has this car eventually, because that is my favorite one by far. But there you go, Joshua Stewart, the Silver Skyline with the blue accents. That's what I was looking for. So there you go. Or livery, yeah, for sure. Love this car. Love this whole thing. And I would have liked to have seen this car featured in the lineup, but I think they wanted to go with a wide variety there, and it just didn't make the cut, which is sad. Watch D23 Switzerland for a World Showcase and a whole new Matterhorn. Yes, indeed. There have been concepts of bringing the Matterhorn to Epcot right there, but I don't think they're necessarily going to do that. Rapids and Reels, I think I figured out why Universal decided to replace Rip Ride Rockit with Hollywood Drift. One, they have Hollywood in the title, and two, because they're likely going to have music on the ride. Yeah, I think that's pretty appropriate right there.
Sounds right.
Well, and they might have opted not to go with music full time because of the noise issues. Again, for Universal Studios Florida, they don't have those restrictions. So that might be a cool thing to watch right there. And yeah, awesome stuff. Anywho, we got to get out of here because I have a video I have to record with OG55 going on. I think we're going to be reacting to a video of some sort, actually, with Hey Bricky, if I'm not mistaken. One of his videos right there, and I don't know what it will include, but I think you'll like the show that we put on for you. I do believe it's a recorded video, not a live one, but you can go ahead and expect OG and I to break that down, and I think OG will be posting that video very, very shortly after it's recorded. He's usually pretty good on that, much better than I am at getting those things turned around. Vixen,
yes.
Do we want to go ahead and talk about where people can actually find you? I would put your website on the screen. I'm going to opt not to because you might get kicked out again.
Yes, I might get kicked out again. I've been having a tough time getting kicked out a lot, but
I'll tell you what, I'll put vixensky.com in the chat that people can actually go.
You can
and
go on
use.
vixensky.com, and it has all of my different social media platforms, and you can connect with me there, and I'd love to talk with you.
Yes, you can talk with Vixen Sky right there to various social media accounts. And speaking of talking, I want to go ahead and put this up right here as well. VixenSky007@gmail.com is where you can actually send your pet of the week so we can feature it on Vash and Vixen, the members on the stream that takes place every single Saturday at 3 p.m. Eastern, which we just recently had, actually. OG55's little puppers.
We did. His little angels and their darling.
Cute. Yes, Mickey and little guy right there. That was a whole lot of fun to go over. And yeah, guys, I mean, the members only streams are absolutely phenomenal. I'm tooting my own horn here. Vixen is fantastic with those as well. But we just actually featured New Orleans Square. Walking through that, and man, the history there, it was crazy, Vixen. We didn't quite talk about the history of Pirates of the Caribbean nor Haunted Mansion, just the French Quarter area. And my goodness, was it fantastic. It was so good.
It was great. And we've done a lot of them now. How many do we have that we've done so far, Vash?
You put me on the spot.
It's almost 20?
I think it's a lot more than that. I think it's like 25 or something like that.
Really?
I'll have to.
Oh, okay.
I'll count them up for you. And
we've done a lot. So when you become a member of Vash Sky ParkCast, you can watch all of those. They're available for you to watch.
Yes, indeed. Let's see right here. Intimate Fangirl Power Coaster's coming in here. Is it likely Fast and Furious Hollywood Drift will be in technical rehearsal or open on Wednesday? It is possible. I have heard within this week or so they're going to be doing a soft opening or soft testing right there. So there is a possibility that you could get on during that time. I won't necessarily say it's going to be guaranteed, but there's a possibility. The email states that next 2 weeks is when they're going to do soft opening, and I even got it confirmed, at least from one team member, suggesting that they were going to do it all week. So good chance sooner rather than later. Joshua Stewart coming in here. They should have especially 2 trains that get pulled out when others are in maintenance with different cars, such as the Silver Skyline and 3 others. Just new shells, essentially. Yeah, I know.
That's a great idea.
They should do that. I kind of thought, Vixen, they were going to have like different trains, but different cars on each train.
Oh.
I think that would have been kind of cool.
Yeah.
We'll see what
they
do.
may. We don't know. They may.
There are 6 trains total. Hopefully, maybe as there is some additional wear and tear with some of them, they'll reuse parts, shift stuff around. You never know what could actually happen there. No. All right, guys, we're out of here. Thank you so much for joining us for the special report.
Thank you so much for coming to Universal Studios with us and riding on the ride.
Absolutely. We got to ride on the
ride. It was great.
It
was a lot of fun.
Yes. We got to ride on it. We got to talk to people who have ridden on it, like Melientes, for example. And, that's a misprint.
Wonderful friends. And now we can all enjoy Universal Studios after riding on it, right?
And yes, we can all enjoy that. I want to go ahead and big shout out to Valientes or Ivan on Twitter.
Yes, Ivan, thank you.
I mistakenly, his credit is wrong there. It's Valientes, VALIANTES_.
Yes.
That's what it is right there. Big thanks to Permit Wizard as well for coming in here with his amazing commentary. All right, Vixen, let's go ahead and get out of here. Thank
All
you so
right.
much for coming on here, guys. We will see you all tomorrow on Theme Parking for sure. That occurs about 8:30 p.m. Eastern right there. Certainly on Wednesday at 2 p.m. Eastern. Vixen,
That's right. Thanks for going on the ride with me.
thank you. And remember, folks, the sky is the limit.